All right. Are you ready?
It's 12.
Yeah. I was hoping we would have a few more souls for all of that today. But yeah, I mean Kevin's pretty up on the social media here. Anyway, I have a lovely little book of prayers by Gandhi, and sometimes
Oh,
I poke in there to see something that seems worth sharing. And I feel like this one has a little bit of relevance today. Soul force is superior even to science, for one man having soul force will shake 100 learned men. When one has that force, he is ready to go to a teacher. He serves him, then he becomes fit to sit near him. He ponders over what he has heard. He becomes wise. He does his duty. He has experience. The earth keeps its place through that force. The heavens retain their place through it. The mountains, the gods, mankind, the brute creation, birds, grass, plants, game, insects, moths, ants, all life are sustained by that force. Therefore, cultivate that force. And I feel like cultivating that force is the piece that connected to today, because putting out a social media post is like putting out a little piece of who you are and you know, what you're about into the world and seeing if it resonates with other people. And I usually use my social media just to hang out and see what friends are doing. I'm not one who has a personal social media account that I've blasted out there or anything. But there are other people who do use them as vehicles to connect to other people. And we have at least four different places where we have social media pages. And we've talked in the marketing committee about how it would be great to have more posts done on these different social media channels. Hey, Katrina, welcome. So I wanted to kind of get a feel for everyone here, like what social media do each of you already have and use and are comfortable with? Because that's, an important piece uh, of today. Paula, what do you have?
just Facebook for general stuff, which I do. I have been using a lot more to connect with old friends that I haven't seen in 30 years. And my family has a messenger account, but that's just strictly for messages within the family. Nobody else has that, but I don't even check that most of the time. Although it does pop up now that my computer is updated, it pops up
Yeah.
and lets me know that I've got a message from my family. So I'm again more aware of that. But that's it. That's all I use.
Okay. All right. Kevin, you're our YouTube guru.
Yeah, I have YouTube, Facebook. If it's there, I'm on it in one fashion or another. I get a little frustrated. Uh,
Yeah.
we don't use what we have. I'm just, for example, when the Madonna Ministry advertises their Sunday morning service, I click the like button. No one else does.
Oh.
And it's
Ah,
clicking those buttons
On
that
Facebook,
gets
right?
us on Facebook, YouTube. No one likes anything on YouTube. Therefore, it doesn't go into the algorithm system without those likes and comments.
didn't know that.
And whether the comment is nothing more than good morning, the algorithm will read it as a activity. And then as we comment on things and interact with things, it moves us up in the algorithm sphere. But if we like, I can't be the only one that has read that Facebook post, but I'm the only one that has liked it. And we have to like things to move things up the chain. And I
I'm
get a little
really
frustrated with that. And all it takes, I appreciate people liking my stuff. And all it takes is someone to like the posting they're looking at, unless they're totally offended by it. No. But like it just to get it moved up the algorithm field.
mhm.
And it's like that with all of our social postings. Whenever I try to like everything I see coming from Madonna. And unfortunately, I seem to be the only one. And the more the merrier kind of thing.
Yeah.
I did
Evan, all good
go off
points.
on a tangent.
No, that was great. It was actually really, really perfect. Like, who else has thought about that? Like liking posts so that it can help, raise the message of it. I think you're the only one, Evan.
Uh, Maybe because I'm so aware. Like stuff, Facebook is seriously censoring people. I don't believe that I have 300 friends, and I see stories from 3 friends, and the likes on my articles are 3 people out of 300 friends. Like there's and I've gone back and comments have been dropped. You know, when you use any of the political trigger words today, if it isn't severely right wing, it gets censored out. And that's happening on all of our features, including YouTube. You know, well, I can't use the thing that shoots people. I can't name it. YouTube will censor the video. If we discuss any social ills like and we use the wrong mega word, uh it will be censored if it's not a positive mega word. And it's getting crazy. That's why I say turn off the TV, put down the newspaper, and hope for the best. And because social marketing, and I mentioned this earlier, social television is geared to make us afraid. Even some of our sitcoms has some risky behavior in it and reaffirms social prejudice and whatever. But back to how I get into this tangent. Sorry, but we have to use what we already have
Hmm.
and interact with it. The more we interact with our social media, the more social media will be exposed to.
Yeah, absolutely. So just for the record, we have a Facebook page. Who here has like gone and seen the Facebook page for Madonna Ministry?
I have not.
No?
Mm-mm.
Katrina, Charlie, have either of you?
I didn't know we had a Facebook page, to be honest.
Right? You're not the only one. Charlie? No? Okay. Yeah. So we do. And, Facebook isn't what it used to be because of all of what Kevin just, mentioned. But yeah, we have a Facebook page. We also have an Instagram account. And we have a LinkedIn account. And we also have the YouTube that Kevin manages. So we're on 4 different social media platforms. Who here likes to hang out on YouTube and like look at stuff?
I live there.
Yeah. Cindy, do you ever go on YouTube?
No,
No,
I
you
do
don't
not.
watch any video clips or anything?
Once in a blue moon, if I'm like bored out of my mind, I might fly through the reels to laugh at things. But,
Sure.
I don't know. I have a very weird attitude about the whole social media thing. It's
I
like,
get it.
how much does it really affect my life? And the answer to that is it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't need to know all that stuff that's on social media. And as far as myself, I don't know. I don't know. It's just gotten crazy, out of control. There's a lot of negativity involved with it, and I just stay away from it. That's just, I'm being honest.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah,
sense. I
yeah.
mean, I think I don't know if I'm hearing this underneath or I'm just assuming, but like it used to be more fun. It used to be more about seeing your friends' stuff and like what's
Mhm.
going on, and it kind of shifted, right?
Oh, big time. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah,
And anything that, if it's negative, I just want to turn my back and walk the other way. Just,
yeah,
you know, I
yeah.
don't need to know what everybody else is doing with their lives. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't need this. I'm fine without it. And if it's
Yeah,
important enough, the old saying, somebody will tell you. But
yeah.
I will
No,
go on Facebook, and I will check out our page. And you do have a point with the whole liking thing. I get that. I understand.
yeah, and I'm actually gonna like I have them pulled up and I'll share and we can look at our social media accounts.
Hmm.
But Nikki, are you the one who posts on Facebook and Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
And what's your practice with that right now? I'm just curious.
Well, I've done this for a living for years, and I started to hand it off and let other people do it because it's very
Hmm.
manual. It takes a lot of time. But I have over a dozen accounts, and I've got all kinds of things. I don't necessarily keep up with everything. And I've got
Yeah.
this one automated so that every time the newsletter goes out, the Facebook and Instagram post goes out. And then we have the automation in Kevin posting our Sunday services on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay, Kevin
Yeah.
is the automation for that. He's the
Yeah.
editor and the poster and the
He's our
channel
robot.
maker and playlist maker. Yeah.
But I agree that, it takes the likes and the interaction and the comments and the shares and all that kind of stuff to keep it alive and well and
Hmm.
populated. And I do that for other clients. And I kind of have a group of people that goes around and likes each other's stuff just to keep it up there in the rankings.
Hmm.
Because if I'm being paid to do such a thing, we deserve to be ranked. So that's
Right.
the kind of thing where it just takes some discipline and a few comfortable people on the sites to kind of
Hmm.
keep it more active. And
Okay.
I'm probably just as guilty as not liking my own stuff because I automate it, I put it up there, and then I forget about it. So I could be doing better for sure.
And
I mean,
my
I think,
feeling about it too is I turned off Facebook some time ago, um, because I was getting notifications from so many different people, and I don't need to know what's going on in their daily life.
Hmm.
Now, occasionally I look at it because a lot of my kids post pictures on there, but they also have the option of sending me directly the pictures. And when I go
Hmm.
on Facebook, it's so full of advertisements now. It's appalling.
Hmm.
And now
yeah,
I
it's
do use YouTube for educational and entertainment purposes. They've done a remarkable job with the artificial intelligence, talking about people's lives, historical things. They put together amazing documentaries. But yeah, and then some of the others you're talking about, I tried signing in. It was more trouble than it was worth, really.
yeah.
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 Laura or Katrina, what social media do you guys use?
I do Facebook and Instagram
Okay.
and Messenger. Sometimes I get messages from people on Messenger also.
Yeah, that's part of Facebook, right?
Send
Yeah.
me links and stuff, and I use it to give stuff away on the free page, and
Nice.
I like doing that. Just an example. I'm not on it all the time, but I do check it pretty much every day. But a woman asked if anyone had a drum that her autistic 8-year-old son could have because he had taken an interest in drumming. And I had a djembe that I haven't used in probably 4 or 5 years. And so I gave it to her.
Oh, that was nice.
She posted a video on Facebook of her son playing that drum.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
That's
sweet.
great.
that's some nice thing.
Hmm.
Nice. That's
And
pretty generous, Laura.
I like to keep in touch with old friends that have moved away and what they're doing. And one way of keeping in touch with people.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. What
But
about you, Katrina?
on there though.
Yeah.
So I have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. There's a few other things that I had been on, but I hadn't been on it as much lately because of work and having clients and stuff. But I'm getting back on it. One other thing was the Clubhouse app. I'm going to get back on my YouTube. So when we're done with the meeting, I'm actually going to go and like all the places for Madonna Ministries. I also kind of like Cindy had said, like I've gotten discouraged with some of the stuff that I find on social media, but I find that, and I keep getting that, we create the spaces that we are attracted to. So I'm not finding the things that I'm attracted to. So I'm going to create the spaces. I used to do a lot of guided meditation and different things like that on these different platforms. So I'm going to go back to doing that and the little things that I do. And I'll make sure that I like Madonna Ministries. I recently found the LinkedIn. I created one for that for business. So yeah, I'm going to interact more and definitely help with the likes, and hopefully that will kind of go full circle, with us like raising each other up, because I want to see a lot more of that.
Yeah, and that's what today is all about. It's like raising each other up and raising the ministry up for sure, Katrina. You're spot on with that.
The vibration and energy of the ministry, absolutely.
And it's free for the most
Mm.
part.
Well, that's giving me an idea
Yeah.
for you folks all to contact me when you have content, and I can link it into the Madonna page.
Yeah.
And that gives you publicity in whatever you're doing. And we, because we have to, if social media is negative, we as light workers have to make it light. And we have to be the voice. There's a huge spiritual community building on YouTube. You have to look for it, but once you find it, everybody's linked into everyone else. But it's almost like you have to go in the garbage dump and pile and sort through the garbage, and your good social media is at the bottom of the pile. So we have to make that pile.
Yeah. And even if it brings in just a trickle of people at a time, like that's actually fine and good, because, we are kind of a small group, really, that's really active. And like, right now where we're at, like just getting, a couple people at a time interested in coming and seeing what we're doing and seeing if it resonates with them is kind of perfect and, uh, everything that I could ask for at this moment in time, because then we can start to see like how that's feeling and what's attracting people and maybe build on that. But I have the pages pulled up and I was thinking I would share my screen and we could kind of take a look at each one. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Fantastic. So I should be able to share screen here. Yes, hang on. My page is a mess, so hang on. Okay. So let me go to the Facebook page here. Hang on. Let me do this again.
Do we have any way of knowing like
Yeah.
how many people actually look at our Facebook page and the
Yeah.
YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah.
We do.
Can you guys see the screen yet?
Not yet.
No,
Not
so
yet.
Oh, it says I'm sharing my
there we
screen.
Okay, we
There
see
you
it
go.
now.
Okay,
see
great. And you can see the Madonna Interfaith Community Facebook page.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Okay. So I'm going to navigate through this and we can chat about it just a little bit. So Nikki has our post up here. So Nikki, you said that when you post to the newsletter, it automatically generates a Facebook
Yeah, and
post.
MailChimp, it's interfaced in the MailChimp, so I
That's
post everything at the same time.
fantastic.
Yep.
Nice. So on here, we've got, let's see. We've got, I don't know. It doesn't say how many followers.
Yeah, it
It
does.
says
does.
unavailable.
It does.
473.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know where you're seeing that, but that's okay.
It's right
Yeah.
under the
Under the
heading.
title,
Madonna.
Okay.
Right under Madonna.
next to the logo.
Yeah, 473. I see that. Yeah.
473. Yeah.
Okay. We've got our website on there, email, a little bit of posts, got past events on there, but mentions, what are those?
So when people tag you.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Okay.
Do we put like you know how you can put like positive affirmations?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Do we put anything like that on any of our pages? You know, like
We
just
could be.
uplifting positive things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
We used
talking
to
about?
have a couple of people that were good at that. They would
Okay.
post on a regular basis and just add us to their list. And
Okay.
so we had it before, but we need to find somebody who's in the habit of doing so.
You know who does that pretty regularly is Sally.
Okay.
Let's see. I thought I found her. Yeah. So Sally's how do I get to her page here? Oh yeah, this is her page. She's got just like all she does is post like inspirational memes on her
Mhm.
page. And it seems like she does it pretty regularly. She might be someone that might be interested in also posting on ours. We might be able to ask her.
Okay.
Can't we
Um,
follow her? Does Madonna Ministry follow her? And that would send her feed to our site.
Our site, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Nikki.
I have to look to see if we do.
Okay.
Good point.
Here's the Madonna page. Are you guys seeing the Madonna Instagram now?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Okay,
so.
good.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure it's like sharing whatever I'm on Chrome.
Yeah.
Great.
And it says 73 followers.
I'm gonna follow the page. So if the page follows us, then you get to see what we do, and we can tag you whenever we post, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
We don't necessarily have to tag. Just just our post should go. Now, if you want to tag, that would be fine. But I think if we are following you, I I don't know if the post is being rebroadcast though. I think it is. Yes. Your broadcast would fertilize our feed, and people could read your feed as well, whatever you were posting.
There you guys are.
Are you finding it, Katrina?
Yeah, I'm following you guys now.
Okay. And so all of these posts, Nikki, are about Sunday services and kind of what you go through MailChimp, right? Nikki and the
Sorry.
dog.
The dog has to get, I don't know, loved for being a barking
Yes.
dog. Here's
Yeah.
Edward. There's Edward.
Hi, Edward. Oh, he's paying attention. So all of these posts, Nikki, are what gets automatically posted through MailChimp when you put out the newsletter, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then
Okay.
for me to go in and follow everybody, I need to be signed in as Madonna. And so I'm always in other people's accounts as someone else. So it gets confusing sometimes, and sometimes it's a hassle, but I will do better.
Got you. But so I'm looking at the post right now. You can see where my cursor is. And then if we go over, and we're only tagged in like 3 things. So it is true, Katrina, that if you tag Madonna Ministry when you post an inspirational post, it'll be there. So maybe we'll ask Sally to tag us when she posts her inspirational posts, and anybody else can do that too.
Right. And the more we do it, the more it will show us everything that's happening, because it's part of the algorithm, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we have to wind it up.
Yeah. And the
we're
last time someone
starting
tagged us
from-
in something was 2021.
Here's me with brown hair.
Mm.
Yeah.
just yesterday.
Marty.
So we got Laura and is that Sally
Sally.
D?
Yep. Sally
Yep.
D.
And
Yep.
is this is somebody who used to be part of the ministry too, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know who
I
that
can't
is.
remember who it is.
She's in Arizona, Mariana. Or no, that's
Mary.
Laura Bridges. That was our former CPA.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Laura.
Okay.
Laura.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So we know we can tag on Instagram. On Facebook, can people actually like post something on there aside from Nikki?
I can set up anybody as an admin if you're willing to do it. I don't want to add everybody because it's very
Sure.
time consuming.
Yeah.
Anybody who's willing to show up, I will definitely give you authority to post.
Or we can have like a volunteer. So somebody can email something and say, hey, can you post this?
Yep.
I'm willing to be, if you want to add me as an admin, I'm willing to be somebody that, like, if Paula wants something posted, or if anybody wants something posted, they can email me and I'm happy to put it up too. So you don't have to be the only person, Nikki.
Yeah.
I don't go
mind
on Facebook
posting
that much, but
positive
I'll do it if you
things.
get an email.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to be an administrator to post on other groups that I belong to. You don't have to be an administrator. I don't know how. I think it has to do with how you've set the group up.
Right. Because there's
Okay.
always area for comments, right?
Yeah.
Right. That would make sense.
But I think there's a setting that says anyone who's a member can post. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So I'm right now typing a comment on a post. So anybody can do, something like that if you
Yes.
are on there and feel inclined. But yeah, Nikki, how do we have this set up? Because I don't see a way to just like post something on here. And I think in other groups, I kind of would see that, I guess.
Yeah, if you tag us, it would show up on our feed, not post on our site, but show up in our feed. And then if I add somebody, I'm in it right now. Let me see. Share to? No, about this account.
You can't hit post on it and then put a post up? No.
You have to be signed in.
Okay.
Yeah, so like,
or invited.
This is just an example of like, let's see. Let me see.
Katrina, what's your name on Instagram? I'm adding people right now.
That's a good question. Let me
It's a trick question.
Instagram.
Mhm.
It's Divine Expressions, but Expressions is spelled EXPRESNZ. I should actually follow you guys on Instagram. I didn't think about that.
I don't have results. Divine.
Yep. So Divine,
Uh-huh.
and then EXPRESNZ.
Divine Express NZ.
Mm-hmm.
It's saying no results.
Okay, I'm gonna look for you.
Okay.
And it's just Madonna Interfaith, right?
Yeah, this one
Great
might be
community.
something else.
Yeah. So
it's in the
all right, so
chat.
I'm now following you.
Okay.
So if you click on like your followers and do a search, you should see me.
Yeah, I
under
found
Divine Expressions LLC.
Divine EXPRESNZ. I got it.
So I'm gonna share screen again here really quick and show you guys what it looks like when so I'm a part of I joined this group. It's called Death Stairs, and this is a silly thing to share, but like everybody posts pictures of like scary staircases, right? So it's like, oh my God, that's ridiculous, right? Like, who would build stairs there? Anyway, the reason I bring this up is because like at the top of the posts, and discussion, I can actually post something. So Nikki, I don't think we have our page set up so other people can post stuff on our group. Is that something that we want to do, or did we not do that because we want to make sure it's very curated?
Well, yeah, sometimes we get nasty posts and you have
We
to
don't
have
want
somebody
that.
to watch for that all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have it set up so that we have to post it ourselves, but it will show up again on our feed if somebody tags it. And how do we tag again?
It's the @ and then Madonna Interfaith Community. Let me find it so you can. It should be in chat still. I shared it before in chat.
Okay.
I'm just thinking, I think you can make the setting so that only people who belong to Madonna for over 24 hours are able to make a post. Because we're setting ourselves up to fail if we're afraid to allow people to post. We're really restricting ourselves.
Well, then we need to have someone that's going to be able to check these posts frequently to be able to delete the negative posts. No.
Well, and Facebook is especially known for cutting people off and closing accounts permanently if somebody posts the wrong kind of thing. And so trying to avoid that.
Okay.
It's a nightmare to try to fix things and get things refreshed or start over.
So maybe have a few admins, so at least one or maybe two or whoever of all those people can check.
Yeah.
Because as an admin, if something's posted, you'll see it. Because I'm admin on, so I'm the main admin on a Facebook page we have at work, and we have a couple other people, but I always know when there's a post, like they'll always notify me or something, or if someone has a comment, and then I can go in and delete. I've had to delete stuff before.
So your phone gets pinged whenever you get a message on that particular site?
Yes, as long as I
Okay.
have it set up that way.
Okay.
I'm notorious for turning off notifications, but not for certain things.
You have to sometimes.
Agree with Kevin wholeheartedly that if you have a site, you got to be able to post on it. And if you're worried about a negative post, you're running scared yourself. So, I think
Well,
we can invite.
Well, I don't think we're running scared. I think, just having someone make sure that if somebody does post something negative, it doesn't stay on our page, I guess is what I'm trying to say, for others to see,
yeah, and you don't realize it, but when you have more than 4 accounts times 4 clients times your personal plus business, it is a full-time job to keep this kind of stuff up and
Going.
to troubleshoot things that go wrong, because people can be really dumb when they post things. That's the kind word.
Yeah.
It's not fun. There's nothing fun about it. Like you guys, you all admit that you don't use social media for very much because it's not that useful. And so when you multiply it by the number of accounts and the number of people and all that, it just becomes
A lot.
very tedious job, and it's not a fun job. It's,
Yeah, we can't afford to do that. I totally get that. But when you buy a product online, people rate it, and some of them are negative ratings and some of them are positive.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'd like to know what people don't like, and I'd like to know what people do like. So I see no problem of having people post. Really don't. And I don't think we have to hire somebody to monitor and filter out what we don't like.
We don't have a ton of traffic on Facebook right now. We do have, like 474 followers, but it's not super, super active, right?
Well, no likes.
Right. So besides me, is there anyone else who might be open to being an admin on this page so that we can try again opening it up for people to be able to post things on there if they like? Because one of the ideas we had at one of the marketing meetings is if somebody is out doing something, like Katrina recently was gonna vend at what was it, Katrina? Like a bazaar or something? What was it?
Yeah, it was a Little Theater of Manchester. I ended up not doing it, but yeah.
Yeah. And you had the idea of maybe doing a little 60-second video or something of talking about the things that you had there and a little bit about your ministry work and maybe posting it on the Facebook page.
Right.
Yeah. And so if that's one of the ideas that we've had to try and do outreach, it's way easier if someone can just post it on there themselves if they're part of the group. Mm-hmm. So if we have not just Nikki, but we've got Kevin and me, and maybe even one more person if someone else is open. Again, it's low volume right now.
I'll be open.
Okay. So Nikki, you've got me, Kevin, and Katrina who are volunteering to admin on that page. If we could open it up again to people who are followers to post, hopefully we can catch if anything negative. But right now we've got so little going on that it feels pretty low risk. What do you guys think?
I'm fine with it. I'm just looking for the place where I can do it. It's like every one of them is different and they change.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it. And this is
okay.
the process, for the whole time you've been talking, I've been over here looking at it. It's like
Okay, got it.
not
Totally
intuitive
get
because
it.
I don't do it every day. So I'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
Okay.
And then I have to find you guys on it. So Kevin, do you have an Instagram account?
It's the same as Facebook. KR hat, I think. I'm not even sure.
Well, that's the thing, is it
It's
takes me a lot of
KR
time to go
hat.
find you. So if you could just share your
Okay,
actual
just a second.
handle,
Let
that
me-
would be most helpful. Because
Oh,
this is tedious and time consuming, and this replay is going to be very boring because we keep talking about it.
no, it
Well,
won't be boring.
I'll
Because
share the screen and show a different social media right now. So we also have a LinkedIn account, and I wanted to talk about that because this is something that it's definitely not being used. Can you guys see it now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Nothing.
Double
It says
click.
it's sharing.
Yeah, it's loading.
Okay, great. So while it's loading, I found the Madonna Ministry again through LinkedIn. I did a search for Madonna Ministry, and I saw that Nikki was on there because I was ordained back in 2008, and during COVID I wanted to like reconnect with this community, and that's how I found it. And then just a few months ago I was on LinkedIn for some other stuff, and I saw that Madonna Ministry was up for grabs. And I sent the link to Nikki to try and get her to grab it, but she couldn't. So I just went ahead and grabbed it. And it was so weird, you guys, because there was some really weird, like not nice comment in the description. Had control of this page, but like let go of it, but left this weird description of the group. And so I changed it. And I verified that it is something that, we have been connected with. And look, we've got a post on there, but yeah, it's about 29 palms, right?
Yep. Because LinkedIn is more of a business site, so I thought I'd put the business stuff up on that one just to get it
I like
started.
it.
It's a beautiful picture.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if anyone else is on LinkedIn, but if you are, we're out here, and this is what it looks like if you're just looking at it as like a member of it, just to share.
Are you guys only seeing half the screen? I'm only seeing half.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Okay. I'm not sure what to do about that. Anyway, you guys have seen that it's out here, and that we have just a little bit of information out there. So it's another one that we can use. And if anyone is doing any sort of active ministry work, like doing weddings or anything like that, then LinkedIn is one of those lovely places where we can share some of that. So you're welcome to do that. And if any of you have a LinkedIn account, feel free to list Madonna Ministry as one of the places that you are connected to, again, because that's how I reconnected and found y'all again.
I just created a LinkedIn, and I actually found you guys. But I wanted to say, like, you see, well, so I created a LinkedIn for business that I plan on connecting to my professional LinkedIn. But you see all kinds of people like Deepak Chopra and other people that put stuff in there. And of course, that's what he does for work, for business and all that stuff now. But you see people putting in positive affirmations, or these are the things that you can do to meditate, and so on and so forth. So there's a crossover that can happen between the stuff that we would post to the stuff here for LinkedIn as well, that lends credibility to the different things that we do, and then we can still create connections. Because when I update my professional LinkedIn for the business one, I plan on making a lot more of those connections, and hopefully they'll move over to Madonna Ministries as well. Does that make sense? But
Yeah.
I plan on making posts like that as well too, and connecting and all that sort of stuff. So I hope you guys can see that when I do it.
And it really helps when we have a clean tie to our ministry to be doing such things. But I do this on behalf of clients, and so the algorithms get really messed up, because in one case I'm doing it for family offices, and in another case I'm doing it for somebody else's business, and they're just not compatible. And so I have to think about what identity I'm signing in as. So that adds to some of the confusion.
Yeah, that's why I made it completely separate.
Yeah.
Hey, I just accepted your LinkedIn, Katrina.
Yay. It's like one. I literally just started that page. But yeah, I'm gonna connect it to my professional one. And there is a lot of, so I work at the Youth Service Bureau. There is a lot of need for holistic services and the different things that we do. And I know that because I counsel a lot of people, even at work, and that's how I also get a lot of other stuff. And I think when I connect it professionally, people will take a look at Madonna Ministries, because I've been telling people that I'm part of that. They like this sort of stuff. All of a sudden, people are into the things that we do. To them, it's new age. To us, it's what we do. So I think that will merge very well. Nice. I find it funny. We're new age, but we're not.
I know. Whoever would have thought.
That's great. We could do something
on, Cindy. We lost Paula and Charlie.
Oh,
yeah.
What happened?
I think they're bored. They're not going to do this.
I can, make a commitment to, working on doing more posts on here, but I want to know what people want to see on LinkedIn. And is there a way to automate like our newsletter posts getting onto LinkedIn too? Is that something that MailChimp has besides?
I'll have to look. It's just set up for Facebook and Instagram, but I'll check.
Yeah. Okay.
And if we want to, I mean, we could go to another one of those scheduler services like Hootsuite or whatever, but that's all, a subscription fee, so it only allows so much.
Right.
But I just, I'm not going to start posting stuff without, people agreeing. So one of the things I wanted to share is I had talked with Paula recently, and she was going to tell you guys, but I think she already took off to go do whatever. So, we, like, Kevin, who are you a scribe for?
Pardon? Oh, I'm a scribe for Cindy.
Cindy, got
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I was going to be a scribe for Shirley, but I realized that like the things that they want someone to do as a scribe for Shirley is kind of like what she used to do, and it's like, writing thank you letters and writing like inspirational blogs and things like that. And like I just get too like self-conscious about my writing, and like my handwriting is chicken scratch, so like handwritten notes for me like are hit or miss if you're gonna be able to read the darn thing. And so it just occurred to me, like, I think like I like organizing stuff, and I already chat with Paula a bunch, so Paula didn't have a scribe, so I'm going to be Paula's scribe now. And so I want to help out Nikki a little bit more, like, so that you don't have to be the person that's doing all the posting and like, you know, all that kind of stuff. But I want to like help with stuff that like everyone wants, you know, to happen. I'm not the person to kind of like necessarily self-generate that.
I just want to make a comment to you, B. I think
Yeah.
that you need to trust. I guess, how do I want to say this, Cindy? Spit it out. We need to trust each other. And I don't have any problems with you posting anything negative. I mean, we're a ministries, and anything that we would post would be a positive affirmation or, you know, something pleasant, uplifting, light, you know,
Yeah.
period. So I don't think you should have to burden yourself with feeling like you have to get okayed from other people. I myself would totally have 100% trust in things that you would post,
Thank you,
you know,
Cindy.
to be appropriate.
Yeah.
And I've had the
But
conversation with Sally B because she's interested too. And
Mhm.
she was holding back by saying, I don't want to seem self-promotional, but I do want to promote my stuff. So where do you draw the line? And so she just
Mhm.
yeah.
wanted to be, you know, considerate that it's not
Mhm.
just her posting her stuff. And so we were
Mhm.
talking about how that can be when
Yeah.
we're all posting our stuff, then it's
Mhm.
not so much, you know, a one-sided thing, right?
Right.
Exactly, exactly. So on this scribe thing, I'm just going to keep going with this thread really quick. So one of the thoughts that I had, you know how we have the half an hour
Mhm.
pre-service coffee chat that isn't recorded, we're just hanging out. My thought was to have a 15 to 30-minute post-service like logistics meeting every week. And I'm happy to be the person that's usually like making sure I'm there to do it. So like, you know, if Nikki can't stay, I can stay. Or if I'm not going to be there, maybe I can ask Kevin if you're up to it to like stay and make sure, you know. But it's the idea behind that logistics meeting every week after the service is to just talk about like, hey, you know, does anybody feel inspired to post anything this week? Does anybody have anything going on in their ministry or like even tangentially related to their ministry that they want to talk about? And then if we're doing that on a regular basis, we're like co-generating ideas. We're co-generating like things that we want to do to boost the ministry and like get the word out. And it'll be just kind of part of the you know, official things about like our direction and our overall everything is dealt with. But and it's, you know, separate from the marketing meetings, because the marketing is like, you know, an outreach meeting is like once a month and we come up with some good ideas. But like what I'm thinking is some of those ideas we come up with in the marketing, we can share at that weekly post service chat about what needs to happen. And then maybe more volunteers will step up to do pieces of it, or more people will get excited about it. We can share if we've like, you know, when if Katrina had like, you know, gone to that bazaar or whatever and you know done something, then that's the time she could share with a bunch of people, you know, hey, I posted a video, and it will be inspiring each other to do just a little bit more. I mean, Kevin, you do stuff every week, and so do you, Nikki, for sure. But what do you guys think about that idea?
No, I like the idea of putting other people's news up and about because that's what we try to do. Like when Paula wrote her book, we did a couple of posts on her book, and
Mhm.
when she's selling her book, we could be posting where she's going to sell or when she's going to sell. But some of that stuff just doesn't get translated. So if we could
Yeah.
be better at that, that would be helpful because it's just news at that point. It's not forced posts because we want to be active, right? It's
Mhm.
actually what we do, and that's
Mm-hmm.
natural. Yeah.
Can we incorporate that at the end of our service as part of our service?
I don't think we want to do that, Kevin, because I
Okay.
think that, like, you know, we'll cut off some people's message. Like, service last week definitely needed that whole hour, and I don't want to cut into that. But I want to, like, maybe at the very end, after we've done a closing prayer or the bells or whatever we're doing that week, like, let people know who want to stay that for the next like 15, 30 minutes, we're going to talk about logistics about Madonna Ministry. And anyone who wants to maybe volunteer can stay and hang out and see what volunteer opportunities are available. Or like, if it's a seasonal thing, like we've got the holidays coming up, like who wants to write a blog about the holidays? Who wants to post it here and there? And for me, I have ADHD, so it's really great to have like an accountability buddy. So like that little bit of time every week, we're like, hey, I said I was going to do this last week, and oh, I didn't quite do it, or I'll do it right after the service, I promise. Like, that kind of stuff will come out. What do you guys think? Yeah?
Oh, I like the idea.
I agree. I
Yeah.
think it's good. Yes.
Is it cutting into your lunch hour though on the East Coast?
Well, no one has to stay.
Yeah. No, we make it work. That's all. You know?
Yeah. I just kind of figured that like anyone who goes to like a brick and mortar church for a service, they're there for like 2 hours, And so for a lot of people, it wouldn't be that big of a deal to come like 15 minutes early and like hang out for a little bit of chat, have the whole hour service, and then hang out for another even like 5-10 minutes, afterwards to see if there's anything up that people want to.
Even I'm just thinking, even a church service has an announcement period.
Sure.
Where community announcements are made. So and so is having a chowder bowl to raise money for breast cancer. So every service has an announcement section.
Right.
And that's what this would be. I
Yeah.
often thought that a nice thing would be during the service is if anyone had an inspirational message that they learned this week and incorporating that sort of thing, but I'm getting off topic here. I like the idea of us kind of maybe coordinating things.
Yeah.
Kevin, at some point, I'd like to reach out to you. Maybe I'm thinking I'm at work, so I have no TV and a lot of time on my hands. If you could like text me your phone number and I could call you, because I'm not a technically savvy person at all. So I don't mind posting things on some of our sites. I just have to know how to do it right. Like for instance, on Messenger, like I'm known, and that's why a lot of people hit my page because I post positive things. And I just go to Messenger and I click on my kids because I always send them something in the morning. And then if Madonna Ministry was on there, then I would click on Madonna Ministry and it would automatically get sent there. So I just have to figure out how to do that and each one, like with Instagram and stuff, because I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If that's okay with
you.
I'll
send you my email, or do you want me to just put it in chat right now for you?
Hey, I wanted to share.
Oh, go ahead.
Kevin's in Canada. Just a reminder, Cindy. So like text messaging or phone calls can be like long distance. But Kevin, do you have like Signal app or anything like that?
I have sessions. I have Facebook Messenger.
Facebook Messenger. Okay.
Yeah. You can reach me on Facebook Messenger. I've seen your name on Facebook, Cindy. I'll find your profile on Facebook.
Okay.
And that will connect us on Messenger.
There you go.
If you would be comfortable talking on Messenger.
Yeah, that's no problem.
As long as I'm typing on the computer, I will have no trouble, but I can't text. My fingers don't do what they're supposed to do.
That's fine. That's fine.
But we can connect on Messenger, and it's
Okay.
easy even to video chat on Messenger if you're
Yeah.
comfortable with that.
Yeah, I've done that before. Yeah, no problem. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We definitely will hook up. Not sure
Okay.
about today. We'll definitely do that. Um,
Cool.
I'll try to be more conscious about doing that because it's important.
Well, it gets our word out. Like
Yeah.
we have to be a light in the darkness, and right about now it's pretty dark.
It is. It is.
And
And
we
I have to, the reason that I said what I said be about the taking negative posts or comments off is I just have to share this very quickly. We had a house fire in town last week and the family lost their house. And then in town last week, we had a young boy, 16, killed in a car crash. And his father on Facebook was putting these crazy, powerful, negative posts on saying F God and all this other stuff. And I found it very upsetting. It was someone that my son knows. And I can understand a person's anger when they lose someone they love, but that is just not something I would want to have on our page. That's just that really bothered me. I don't know why, but it really did. And I guess it was just an eye opener, Cindy, that not everybody is faith based, you know, and that just makes me very sad that, he lost a son and out of anger, he's posting these horrible things about God. And that's what I don't want to have seen anything like that for
Yeah.
negative posts on our page, I guess.
Yeah. And
Sure.
I traveled over the holidays and I was back with family and extended family friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it was amazing how many times I had to bite my tongue because I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to share free and unconditional love and all these messages. And so many of them were faith-based,
Mm-hmm.
religious, one-sided point of view that they
Mm-hmm.
couldn't hear it or they thought it was terrible, and it was like, oh my gosh, so trying to communicate to people who believe that their way is the way
The right way. Yeah.
is kind of tough. So that's,
Yeah.
these social posts sometimes might be taken in the wrong way. And it's like, wow.
Yeah. That really upset me for the whole
Yeah.
day. And my son was trying to get me to go over there and talk to the father. And I'm like, no, 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 Jonathan, there's a time and place for everything. And right now is not the time to talk to him. And yeah, you
Yeah.
can't force faith on somebody when they're grieving, you know?
Or when they're
Hear
opinionated.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to
But,
acknowledge that we're past 10 and I'm good with it, but I just want to make sure if anyone else has any time limits that,
thank you for sharing, B. That was very informative and interesting because I'm not a
Good. And
technical person. So I learned something today.
good. And if Kevin doesn't have time to show you how to do something, like I've literally hosted a couple of classes to
Navigate.
Zoom with people, multiple
Mhm.
people, and show them how to navigate certain stuff. So if Kevin doesn't have a chance to do it and you want
Okay.
to catch me sometime, I'm open
Okay.
to doing that, and I've got experience doing that. It's
Thank you.
good to, like Kevin suggested, to get on a video chat. And it's
Hmm.
even better to get on maybe a Zoom if you guys are
Hmm.
gonna talk about how to post something, so that or Google Meet has a free hour, video conference that you can do
Hmm.
too. You have a
Okay.
Gmail account, and it's really simple and easy, just like Zoom. And you can share your screen and then figure out either Kevin or I can walk you through how to do whatever you're trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So that
Okay. I
works, just to
appreciate
kind
it.
of share that.
All right. I have to go run and medicate my client. Blessings for a wonderful week to everybody, and we'll see you next week.
You
bye.
too. Thanks,
Good seeing
everyone.
ya.
Bye
And
bye.
since today was a logistical kind of meeting, we're going to start our logistical meetings next week, maybe, because this whole thing was a big logistical service
Perfect.
today. So,
Well,
Okay.
we
sound
also have
good?
our marketing and
Yep.
outreach meeting
Bye
this
bye.
Friday as well.
Nice.
Friday.
Perfect. I'll see you
Yeah.
there.
Second Friday of the month.
I think he told me that. I'm good this Friday.
Okay,
Cool.
awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. This is
Bye.
really great.
Okay.
Appreciate you
Bye.
all.